mk1,
My husband, Fyodor, left our home in the middle of the night. I heard him talking to someone, another woman. I went to confront them, but they fled towards a strange light in the forest. They have been gone all night. I think it's time I went after him, but the forest is dangerous. Would you accompany me?
Unyielding flesh. New. Zeleny lowlands. Odious actor. Mana 7, mana 50%. Cool. Mana 44%. Cool. Mana 15%, mana 35%. Odious actor. Mana 79%. Mana 70%. Odious actor. Mana odious actor. Odious actor. Mana 91%. Cool. Mana 68%. Odious actor. Cool. Mana 89%. Odious actor. Cool. Odious actor. Cool. Odious actor. Mana 55%. Cool. Mana 76%. Cool. Odious actor. Mana 96%. Odious. Cool. Odious actor. Cool. Mana 70%. Odious actor. Odious actor. Mana 91%. Mana 70%. Skeleton. Life 89%. Odious actor. Mana 91%. Mana 70%. Mana 92%. Skeleton captain. Life 99%. Cool. Mana 70%. Mana 48%. Mana 27%. Mana 48%. Sepilova pond. Mana 70. Cool. Mana 44%. Cool. Mana 65%. Cool. Mana 40. Cool. Mana 4. Cool. Mana 24%. Mana 46%. Mana 67%. Cool. Mana 87%. Cool. Mana 65%. Cool. Mana life 89%. Cool. Mana 7%. Cool. Mana 28%. Cool. Mana 49%. Hollow tree. Bottom action button. Interact. Mana hollow tree. Bottom action button. Interact. Slain militia. Menace containers. Mana 87%. Dead man and Apos, dredge. Life 88%. Gnarled timbers. Cool. Mana 59%. Cool. Mana 36%. Cool. Mana 58%. Blood Magus. Mana 7. Event joined. Defiled ground. Slay the channelers to disrupt. Mana 80 per cool. Mana 5. Blood Magus. Mana 18%. Mana 38%. Blood list. Vampire bat. Mana 39 per. Mana 4%. Vampire bat. Blood Magus. Defiled ground. Survived the assault. 0%. Life 95%. Blood blister. Mana 4%. Flash. Mana 26%. Cool. Vampire bat. Mana 47%. Cool. Mana 6%. Vampire bat. Cool. Life 81%. Cool. Life 70%. Cool. Life 57. Life 56. Cool. Mana life 70%. Blood Magus. Vampire bat. Revenant. Life 57%. Revenant. Flash. Life Revenant. Mana 3%. Flash. Life 87%. Revenant. Minion. Mana Revenant. Minion. Life 80. Revenant. Minion. Life 90. Cyprian Evershift. Mana 8. Cyprian Evershift. Life 90%. Life 100%. Life 80%. Life 90. Mana 60%. Cyprian Evershift. Mana 39%. Slain Minor. Bottom action button. Interact. Cycling Evershift, Elite. Mana 8%, Mana 29%. Buy the berry, buy the berry, buy the berry. Bottom action button. Mana 8%. Buy the berry. Mana 31%. Event complete. Defiled ground. 9, Mana 72, Life 80, Mana, Life 99%. Slain Miner, Furline, Battle Staff, Furline, Ring. Slain Villager. Slain Villager. Bottom action button. Interact. Mana 72%. Mana 92%. Orvane, Orvane. Bottom action button. Interact. Net pool. Mana 30 net pool. Mana 14%. Pool. Orvane. Bottom action button. Interact. Mana 50, Mana 77%. Mana 97%. Pool, 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 pool. Mana 65%. Pool. Mana 35%. Pool, pool. Mana 30%. Mana 52%. Mana 74%. Mana 95%. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Mana 46%. Mana 16%. Cool, cool. Cool. Mana 37%. Cool, 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 cool. Mana 16%. Cool. Slain Villager. Bottom action button. Interact. Mana 58, Mana 78%. Mana 98%. Traveler and Aphos, S-Cask. Bottom action button. Interact. Slain Miner. Bottom action button. Silent Chest. Bottom action button. Interact. Faded Plaque. Most of the inscription has been lost to time. Orvane. Orvane. Bottom action button. Interact. Orvane. Bottom action button. Interact. Gallovine. Bottom cask. Bottom action button. Interact. Sepulova Pond. Dead Man and Aphos, S-Dredge. Bottom action button. Elite enemies include champions, elites, bosses, and other players. Reaping. Sepulova Pond. Bottom action button. Interact. Stone Cairn. Cool, 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 cool. Mana 76, cool. Mana 54%. Cool. Mana 31%. Sepulova Pond. Bottom action button. Mana 100%. Dead Man and Aphos, S-Dredge, Gnarled Timbers. Mana 80%. Mana 100%. Left shoulder button, region progress. Christina. Left shoulder button. Silent Chest. Bottom action button. Interact. Traveler and Aphos. Sturdy Hood. Reliquary. Bottom action button. Interact. Mana 48, cool. Mana 68%, cool. Traveler and Appos, S Cask. Bottom action button. Mana 89%. Vita Berry. Bottom action button. Interact.
My sweet Fyodor, may you know bliss eternal.
Fyodor? What has happened? Oh, heavens. No. No.
It's no surprise Fyodor was drawn to me. But I have given only what was desired. His petty soul has been torn asunder by agony and ecstasy, but his flesh...
Shallow Vine. Bottom action button. Interact.
You will not interfere.
Yulia. Mana 49%. Life 88%. Mana 7%. Mana 27%. Mana 47%. Mana 16%. Hellbinder. Life 74%. Yulia. Life 63%. Life 51%. Life 60. Life 74. Yulia. Belief. Life 60%. Mana 37%. Mana 57%. Mana 7. Life 84. Life 9. Mana 98%.
More.
Left shoulder button.
You deserve much worse than the mercy I have just shown.
Christina. Bottom action button. Interact. Mana 3%. And Quad, the woman. Mana 34%.
Take the dagger from his chest and leave me be.
Mana 100%. Find dagger. Bottom action button. Interact. Quest complete. Unyielding flesh. 9,931 XP. 1,000. Left shoulder button. Waypoint. Waypoint. Teleport conf. Ulesna. Waypoint. Bottom action button. Interact. Guard Terrasa. Bottom action button. Interact. Stash. Stash. Bottom action button. Interact. Varia. Stable Master. Bottom action. Marietta. Bottom action button. Interact. Guard Terrasa. Gambling Hall Board. Bottom action button. Interact. Left shoulder button. Varia. 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 Marietta. Bottom action button. Interact. Gahog and Appos. S. Guard. Pilgrim and Appos. S. Letter. Pilgrim and Appos. S. Pilgrim and. From Ulesna, I set out on my pilgrimage. I offered thanks at a roadside shrine and received a blessing for my journey. Right action button close. Traveler and Appos. Chair. Bottom act. Guard Arkady. Bottom
alone.
action. Tassiana. Inkeep and Quad. Why are
Just trying to have a look.
Knight Gastov. Bottom action button. Guard Ark. Pilgrim Chair. Bottom Anna Marie. Bottom action button. Stash. Bottom action. Ulesna. Marietta. Bottom action button. Sister Evelyn. Warning. Your return town portal will be closed once you leave town. Storm Warg. Loose stone. Bottom action button. Interact. Mana 57%. Cool. Containers. Mana 30%. Mana 52%. You have reached your destination. Mana 7 containers. Mana 93%. Cool. Mana 70%. Mana 91%. The Murmuring Mill. Channeling Shrine. Bottom action button. Interact. Zeleny Lowlands. Cool. The Murmuring Mill. Loose stone. Bottom action button. Interact. Containers. 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 Zeleny Low. Hollow tree. Hollow tree. Bottom action button. Interact. The Murmuring Mill. Zeleny Lowlands. The Murmuring Mill. Left shoulder button. Side quest. Side quest. Side quest. Bottom action button. Track. Zeleny Lowlands. Traveler and Appos. S-Cask. Bottom action button. Hollow Bite a berry. Bottom action button. Interact. Cool. Yelesna. Cool. Sister Evelyn. Bottom action button. Interact. Varia. Stable Master. Marietta. Bottom action button. Interact.
Dangers and the mines. But if I'm lucky,
Gambling Hall. Ozip. Left shoulder button. Fractured. Altar of Lilith. Fracture. Undiscovered. Waypoint. Armory. Dungeon. Direct. Waypoint. Armory. Select difficulty. Ozip. Gambling Hall board. Bottom action button. Interact. Knights and Appos. Garrison. Captain Anchors. Bottom action button. Interact.
I'm looking for Vigo.
You and that nuisance of a child both. Girl's been nagging us about that demon woman all week. Vigo's gone, looking into her claims. He should be at the mining camp north of here. Whole escort of knights went missing there last week, along with the girl's mother and another woman. Watch yourself out there.
Yelesna. Knight Fabian. Bottom action button. Interact. Marietta. Sister F. Left shoulder button. Right. Campaign. Bottom action button. Zeleny Lowlands. Cool. The Murmuring Mill. Cool. Zeleny Lowlands. Task. You have Pine Hill. Great Thundering Skeleton. Zeleny Lowlands. Skeleton. Lethal Shrine. Bottom action button. Interact. Containers. Mana 42%. Skeleton. Life 80%. Life set. Skeleton. Mana 21%. Skeleton corpse axe. Containers. Life skeleton. Skeleton captain. Containers. Life skeleton archer. Minion. Life 79%. Skeleton captain. Skeleton captain. Minion. Skeleton archer. Skeleton captain. Skeleton captain. Mana 21%. Skeleton captain. Mana 21%. Skeleton archer. Minion. Life 83%. Skeleton archer. Minion. Mana 43%. Skeleton archer. Minion. Loose stone. Mana 84%. Loose stone. Bottom action button. Containers. Containers. Pine Hill.
More strangers.
Loose stone. Bite a berry. Bottom action button. Interact. Windfall Hollow. You have reached Vigo. Bottom action button. Interact.
Are you Vigo? I was sent.
Hey! I know what I saw. She had horns like a beast. Strode right past where you stand. To think my mother's trapped in there with her. You let my mother through, sir. Shouldn't you be responsible for her safety?
But we have soldiers stationed inside.
You should be worried about them, too. Maybe you can help me.
Nirel. Bottom action button. Vigo. Nirel. Bot and quad. What brings you to Vigo? And quad. Reverend.
She did.
The horned woman is the demon Lilith.
No, that can't be. My mother taught me that name. You speak of the daughter of hatred.
Did Prava mention me? She wasn't angry, was she?
There's more than your job at stake here.
Come on. Let's get this over with.
Speak with Vigo. Containers. Slain villager. Ring.
The damn hoist is stuck.
Tainted skeleton. Ship nightmare skeleton. Life 84. Mana 56. Life 95%. Risen minor. Mana 12%. Risen minor. Mana 33. Mana 13%. Risen minor. Mana 33%. Risen minor. Mana 4%. Lost pack. Mana 25%. Lost pack. Bottom action button. Interact. Containers. Mana 87%. Containers. Skeleton. Skeleton captain. Mana 52%. Skeleton. Mana 21%. Skeleton. You have reached your destination. Mana 63%. Quest complete. Mana 84%. Container. Undertaking. New. Containers. The Knight character. Spell form. Blood Barbed Blade. Rare Dagger. 2. Vigorous Boot Blade of Blood Barbed Blade. Focused Sturdy Staff. Vigorous Boot Blade of the Focused. Ring. Wise Mace of Vigor. Obscure. Courier. Knowledge Orders. Rare Staff. Bitter Plate. Knowledge Orders. Blood Barbed Blade. Rare Dagger. 2. Containers. Condemned Mines. Bottom action. Character. Spell form. Abilities. Left shoulder button. Right shoulder button. Frozen ore. Enhanced Fireball. Enhanced Fire. Greater Fireball. Greater. Destructive Fireball. 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 Destructive Fire. Stagnant.
Maybe we should go back.
Crates.
And leave my mother in Lilith's care for as long as it will
Crates.
take?
Crates. Stone cairn. Crates.
Shaking like leaves.
Stone cairn. Skeleton. Skeleton captain. Mana 62%. Skeleton archer. Skeleton captain. Mana 40%. Skeleton. Mana 61%. Skeleton. Mana 82%. Crates. Skeleton archer. Mana 37%. Skeleton. Mana 6%. Skeleton archer. Mana 49%. Skeleton archer. Mana 71%. Mana 91%. Barrels. Skeleton barrels. Mana 49%. Skeleton archer. Mana 70%. Barrels. Mana 90%. Barrels. Crates. Skeleton archer. Skeleton. Mana 68%. Skeleton. Mana 25%. Mana 5%. Mana 26%. Mana 48%. Lost pack. Bottom action but Skeleton. Mana 69%. Mana 90%. Skeleton. Mana 40%. Skeleton. Light skeleton. Mana 17%. Skeleton archer. Mana 39%. Skeleton archer. Mana 60%. Skeleton archer. Mana 16%. Skeleton. Mana 37%. Life. Mana 58%. Skeleton corpse. Skeleton. Light skeleton archer. Minion. Light. Mana 57%. Skeleton. Life 85%. Skeleton archer. Minion. Skeleton captain. Minion. Skeleton captain. Minion. Skeleton captain. Minion. Mana 21%. Skeleton captain. Minion. Life 63%. Amulet. Skeleton archer. Minion. Mana 1. Skeleton archer. Minion. Life 73%. Amulet. Mana 32%. Mana 53%. Mana 74%. Life 84%. Mana 75%. Mana 96%. Crates. Life 94%. Basic 1. Crates. Mana 74%. Mana 95%. Unstable mineshafts.
Hell if I know. Prava doesn't tell
Crates.
us anything. No one goes.
Drifter and Wanderer and Character. Spell 4. Focused sturdy staff. Vigorous boot blade of the focused. Magic sword. 200. Knowledge orders. Rare staff. Ring. Wise mace of vigor. Master and Apos. S ingot. Rare wand. Vigorous boot blade of vigorous drifter and Apos. S tunic. Thorn drifter and command anvil. Rare howl. Grim downfall. Courier arbiter. Rare boots. Crates. Pursue Lilith and Viennard.
No lift. The jam must be deeper down.
Inspect the door. Bottom action button.
Over here.
Interact.
I can squeeze through to the other side.
Wait, hold on.
Slay the approaching monsters.
Enemies approaching.
Cool. Mana cool. Mana 19%. Cool. Mana 40%. Mana 61%. Mana 83%. Cool. Fiery Blood Magus. Cool. Mana 60. Cool. Mana 20%. Fiery Blood Magus. Mana 15%. Cool. Mana 36. Cool. Mana 6%. Mana 20. Cool. Mana 6%. Cool. Battle Staff. Mana 78%. Cool. Mana 99. Cool. Mana 35%. Cool. Mana 14%. Cool.
Open that door!
Pursue Lilith and be entered with Vigo and Nirel. Cool. Mana 34%. Mana 12%. Mana 33%. Mana 53%. Mana 74%. Mana 94%. Crates.
Why would your mother leave you like that?
She wouldn't. Or she shouldn't have. I'm sure she had good reason.
Collapsing Depths. Mana 72%. Mana 50%. Mana 25%. Crates. Mana 46%. Barrels. Mana 67. Barrels. Mana 87. Barrels. Life 75. Cool. Minion. Cool. Mana. Life 84. Life 74. Cool. Minion. Cool. Minion. Cool. Minion. Life 70. Cool. Minion. Mana 8. Cool. Minion. Cool. Minion. Mana 61%. Blood Magus. Minion. Life 50%. Cool. Minion. Life 6. Cool. Minion. Mana 60. Blood Magus. Minion. Blood Magus. Minion. Mana 15%. Unstable Mineshafts. Blood Magus. Minion. Collapsing Depths. Blood Magus. Minion. Shivering Revenant. Life 79%. Blood Magus. Minion. Blood Magus. Minion. Mana. Life 50. Life 67. Life 78. Unstable Mineshafts. Shocking Revenant. Mana 10%. Collapsing Depths. Mana 51%. Mana 71%. Mana 91%. Vampire Bat. Revenant. Shattering Blood Magus. Mana 70. Shattering Blood Magus. Mana 23%. Cool. Life 70. Cool. Life 9. Shattering Blood Magus. Life 100%. Shattering Blood Magus. Mana 1%. Life 80. Mana 21%. Mana 42%. Mana 20. Life 74%. Blood Magus. Blood Magus. Shattering Blood Magus. Life 80. Mana. Life 99%. Mana 63%. Blood Magus. Mana 84%. Blood Magus. Crates. Blood Magus. Mana 64%. Mana 58%. Mana 35%. Mana 55%. Mana 76%. Mana 96%. Crates. Cool. Mana cool. Mana 21%. Cool. Life Mana 1%. Revenant. Mana 21%. Mana 42%. Vampire Bat. Mana 64%. Crates. Cool. Mana 21%. Life 99%. Mana 43%. Revenant. Mana 63%. Revenant. Mana 84. Life 88%. Mana 61. Mana 39. Mana 17%. Net life 100%. Mana 16%. Revenant. Mana 38%. Crates. Mana 58%. Snowy Revenant. Mana 99%. Cool. Life 7 chest. Bottom action button. Interact. Cool. Minion. Revenant. Mana cool. Minion. Life 20. Cool. Life 52. Cool. Favor token earned. Touchpad blue reliquaries. Life 60. Cool. Minion. Life 20. Cool. Minion. Life 9%. Mana 25%. You have dies. You will lose 10% equipment durability when you revive at checkpoint. Life 100%. Mana 100%. Snowy Revenant. Shocking Revenant. Cool. Life 8. Cool. Minion. Life 70 set chest. Bottom action button. Interact. Cool. Minion. Mana 23%. Life 55%. Cool. Minion. Life cool. Minion. Life cool. Minion. Life 53%. Cool. Minion. Cool. Minion. Life 20. Life 53%. Cool. Minion. Mana 1. Cool. Minion. Mana 20. Cool. Minion. Life 40. Cool. Minion. Cool. Minion. Life set. Cool. Minion. Life fit. Dreadful. Cool. Minion. Dreadful Revenant. Snowy Revenant. Cool. Minion. Life 68. Cool. Minion. Cool. Minion. Cool. Minion. Life 40%. Revenant. Life 64%. Revenant. Mana 41. Blood Magus. Minion. Blood Magus. Minion. Snowy Revenant. Blood Magus. Minion. Life 57%. Shocking Revenant. Mana 7%. Dreadful Revenant. Mana 27%. Traits. Life 45%. Cool. Blood Magus. Minion. Mana 7%. Blood Magus. Minion. Mana 20. Mana 5%. Mana 26%. Mana 46%. Mana 66%. Mana 80. Life 55%. Life 66%. Snowy Revenge. Dreadful Revenant. Life 54. Vampire Bat. Life 41%. Crates. Crates. Snowy. Crates. Life 27%. Crates. Life 37%. Cool. Open. The Spiritborn and Apos. The Darkened Way. Life 50%. Vigo. Quest complete. Undertaking. 60 and quad. Good.
The tunnel's closed.
Life 61%. Nirel. Bottom action button. And quad. What is... Life 72%. Life 83%. Right action button. Right action button. To climb up. Life 93%. You have reached your destination. Barrel. 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 Barrel.
At last, I'll ride out.
You have reached Slain Demon. Bottom action button. Quest complete. Below. 41,198 XP. 1,000 in her wake. New. Vigo.
We need reinforcements.
In her wake. Open the Gate of Kasama. Gate of Kasama. Bottom action button. Interact. Barrel. Kasama.
The escort. They're all dead.
Mana 65 per mana 44 barrel. Mana 22%. Speak with Grendon. Mana 43%. Grendon. And Quad, who?
A woman.
Mana 71%. Mana 92%. Right action button. To jump.
Lilith can't be too far.
You have reached your destination. Search for Lilith and Vienard with Nirel. Lilith and Apos, S blood petals. Bottom action button. Interact. Vile 1, Ancient Gate. Bottom action button. Interact. Vile Lunatic, Vile 1. Mana 1%. Vile Overseer. Life 82%. Vile Overseer. World boss spawning soon in Hawasar. Mana 40, life 92%, mana 63%, mana 83%. Vile 1, Vile 1, Vile 1, Vile 1, Vile 1. Mana 20, Vile 1, life 82%, Vile 1, life 84%, Vile 1, mana 6%, Vile 1. Mana 27%, mana 48%, Vile 1, mana 69, Vile 1. Vile Shaman. Mana 24%. Vile 1. Mana 3%. Vile Shaman. Vile Shaman. Mana 4. Vile 1. Vile 1. Mana 23%. You have reached your destination. Mana 64%. Mana 84%. Lose tile. Bottom action button. Interact. Take Shack Vile Shaman, minion. Mana 20%. Vile 1. Life 61%. Vile Lunatic. Life 7. Vile Lunatic. Vile 1. Life 100%. Think Vile 1, minion. Vile 1. Vile 1. Life 47%. Vile 1, minion. Mana 39%. Painted Vile 1. Mana 60%. Life 70%. Vile Shaman, minion. Mana 30, life 93%. Vile 1, minion. Vile Shaman, Vile 1. Mana 17%. Mana 38%. Vile Shaman, minion. Life 82%. Vile Shaman, minion. Life 58%. Vile 1. Life 7. Mana 3. Vile 1. Vile 1. Vile 1. Life 50%. Vile Shaman, minion. Mana 30%. Mana 8%. Life 60%. Life 70%. Life 85%. Life 96%. Mana 29%. Vile Shaman, minion. Mana Vile 1. Life 80. Mana 44%. Mana 64%. Mana 84%. Life 91%. You have reached your destination. Vile 1. Mana 46%. Mana 18%. Vile 1. Mana 3%. Mana 23%. Lose tile. Mana 40. Lose tile. Bottom action button. Mana 87. Reward unlocked. Challenge. Reward. Wicked. Double. Player title. Vile 1. Mana 54%. Vile Shaman. Mana 33%. Vile Shaman. Vile 1. Vile 1. Life 80%. Vile 1. Mana 30%. Vile 1. Mana 50%. Vile 1. Mana 70. Vile 1. Life 90%. Vile 1. Mana. Vile 1. Vile 1. Life 79. Vile 1. Vile 1. Mana 86%. Vile 1. Vile 1. Vile 1. Vile 1. Mana 34%. Vile 1. Life 76. Life Vile 1. Mana 13%. Vile 1. Mana 34%. Mana 54%. Look at. Bottom action button. Interact. Mana 100%. Look at. Bottom action button. Right action button. To climb down. Right action button. To climb up. Shulk riding over a. She was so. Gate of the Cradle. Quest complete. It Cradle. Bottom action button. Interact. In her wake. 2/4. Storming the gates. Pursue Lilith and Vienard with Nirel. Lilith and Apos, S blood petals. Bottom action button. A barrier has been dispelled. Ancient gate. Bottom action button. Interact. Vilepend. Mana 7. Flesh Thresher. Flesh Thresher. Mana 12%. Vilepend. Mana 32%. Mana 52%. Flesh Thresher. Mana 50. Flesh Thresher. Flesh Thresher. Mana 8%. Flesh Thresher. Vilepend. Mana 28%. Mana 49%. Chest. Mana 70%. Spell 4. Focused Sturdy Staff. Knowledge Orders. Rare Staff. Ring. Knowledge Orders. Master and Apos. S Ingot. Mana 100%. Drifter. Flesh Thresher. Flesh Thresher. Mana. Vile 1. Minion. Vile 1. Minion. Mana 20. Vile 1. Minion. Vile 1. Minion. Mana 24%. Vile 1. Vile 1. Vile 1. Minion. Mana 3%. Vile 1. Vile 1. Minion. Mana 20. Flesh Thresher. Mana 44%. Vile Overseer. Minion. Mana 19%. Vile Overseer. Vile Overseer. Minion. Life 70. Vile Overseer. Minion. Mana. Vile Overseer. Minion. Life 8. Mana. Wretched Vile 1. Life 70. Life 84%. Vile Overseer. Vile Overseer. Minion. Life 58%. Mana 60. Dreadful Vile Shaman. Belief. Life 94%. Mana 45%. Mana 66%. Ring. Mana 86%. Vessels. Flesh Thresher. Flesh Thresher. Vilepend. Mana 65%. Flesh Thresher. Mana 86%. Flesh Thresher. Net Flesh Thresher. Mana 42%. Vilepend. Mana 60. Mana 83%. Vessels. Vessels. Vilepend. Vile 1. Vile 1. Vile 1. Flesh Thresher. Mana 6. Vile 1. Mana 37%. Mana 58%. Flesh Thresher. Mana 78%. Flesh Thresher. Mana 99%. Flesh Thresher. Mana 99%. Shadow. Vile Lunatic. Minion. Mana set. Vile Lunatic. Minion. Mana 99. Life 43. Tainted Vile 1. Life 37. Life 50. Vile 1. Minion. Life 62%. Vile 1. Minion. Life 51%. Life 35. Vile 1. Minion. Vile 1. Mana 58%. Shadow. Vile 1. Mana 79%. Mana 99. Life 72. Life 85. Vienard and Apos. S record. Life 99%. Vessels. Vessels. Vilepend. Mana 78%. Vile 1. Mana 57%. Vile 1. Mana 30. Vile 1. Mana 16%. Vile 1. mana 36%, mana 57%, Flesh Thresher, mana 13%, Flesh Thresher, mana 2%, mana 24%, Flesh Thresher, mana 1 per, mana 22%, Vilepend, mana 43, Vessels, mana 64%, Barrel, mana 43%, Left Shoulder but mana 65%, mana 85%, Darzik Rimclaw, Vile Lunatic, Flesh Thresher, Life 78, Vile 1, Flesh Thresher, Life, Flesh Thresher, Vile Shaman, Vile 1, Minion, mana 20%, Vile 1, Minion, Vile 1, Life 93%, Vile 1, Vile Shaman, Minion, Vile 1, mana 42%, Vile 1, mana 6, Vile 1, Life 8, mana 5%, Vile 1, Life 68%, Ring, mana 28%, mana 49%, mana 70%, mana 92, Life 78%, Weapon Rack, Button Action Button, Battle Staff, Character, Spell Folk, Wise Drift, Cruel, Touch Legacy, Beast Beam, Rare Staff, Touch Legacy, Rare Gloves, Wise Drifter and App, Life 98%, Door, Button Action Button, Interact,
Blocked again. Does Lilith know we're coming?
Slay Rohaxa, mana 71%, mana 49%, Hellbinder, Life 68%, Hellbinder, mana 27%, Life 57%, Life 68, Life 81, Life 94%, mana 6%, mana 28%, Lilith and Apos, Blood Petal, a barrier has been Ancient Gate, Button Action Button, Interact, Cloisters of Dusk, Vile 1, mana 6, Vile Overseer, mana 45%, Flesh Thresher, mana 60, mana 87%, Flesh Thresher, mana 6, Flesh Thresher, mana 34%, Vilepend, Flesh Chest, Button Action Button, mana 55, Vilepend, mana 70, Snowy Vile 1, Life 84%, Flesh Thresher, Snowy Vile 1, Flesh Thresher, mana 7, Vile 1, Minion, mana 6%, Vile 1, Life 80%, mana 26%, Vile Overseer, mana 4%, Vile Overseer, mana 25%, Vile 1, mana 2%, Vile Shaman, Minion, mana 22%, Vile Shaman, Minion, mana 1%, mana 21%, Life 90%, Life 100%, mana 42%, mana 62%, mana 83%, Flesh Thresher, mana 62%, Flesh Thresher, mana 82%, Vile Lunatic, Vile Lunatic, Vile 1, Flesh Thresher, Vile 1, Vessels, Vile Flesh Crusher, Vile 1, Life 90%, Vile 1, Crusher, Life 80%, Vile 1, Barrel, mana 66%, Barrel, mana 86, Flesh Thresher, Life 81%, Shattering Vilepend, Life 8, mana 11, Life 7, Vile 1, mana 11%, Shattering Bile-Fen. Mana 31%. Succubus, minion. Mana 51%. Mana 31%. Flesh Thresher. Flesh Thresher. Mana 21%. Health Flesh Thresher. Helper Bile Succub Bile 1. Vessels. Life 70, Life 83, Bile-Fen. Life 96%. Flesh Thresher. Bile-Fen. Bile 1. Barrel. Bile-Fen. Vessels. Barrel. Flesh. Bile-Fen. Flesh. Shivering Succubus. Crush. Bile Overseer. Oppressor. Minion. Succubus. Bile-Fen. Succubus. Ancient Gate. Bottom action button. Interact. Flesh Thresher. Flesh Thresher. Succubus. Flesh Thresher. Flesh Thresher. Minion. Flesh Thresher. Life 72. Life 62%. Flesh Thresher. Minion. Life 72. Life 85%. Mana 42%. Sturdy Boots. Mana 90. Life 96%. Sturdy. Mana 61%. Mana 81%. And Quad.
I think I can dispel it.
Speak with Nirel. Bile-Fen. Flesh Thresher. Mana 58%. Mana 78%. Flesh Thresher. Crusher. Mana 50. Mana 35%. Flesh Thresher. Mana 12%. Mana 34%. Flesh Crusher. Mana 12%. Flesh Thresher. Bile. Flesh Thresher. Mana 30. Flesh Thresher. Mana 5%. Flesh Thresher. Flesh Thresher. Mana 20. Mana 47%. Flesh Thresher. Mana 67. Crusher. Mana 40. Mana 19%. Crusher. Life 82%. A barrier has been dispelled. Mana 39%. Mana 59%. Ancient Gate. Bottom action button. Interact. Mana 99%. Morning Shore. Bottom action button. Interact. Morning Shore. The cost of not level 27. Plus, Storming the Gates. 3. Quest complete. Storming the Gates. 68,000. Vienard and Apo. House we.
Not enough blood. Never enough.
You have reached your destination.
I will follow you to the ends of Sanctuary.
Corpse. A dead priest.
A priest. He must
The
be
Black
from
Lake.
Esco to Vigo.
The cost of knowledge. Search for Vienard and Lilith with Nirel. And Quad.
Mother? Nirel,
Vienard.
Stop this!
look at the gifts she's given me.
Mana 77%. Hellspawn. Mana 30. Mana 59%. Hellspawn. Mana 15%. Life 78%. Hellspawn. Life 60. Life 77. Vienard. Life 100. Mana 35%. Mana 13%.
Mother, no!
Mana 34%.
Take what's mine.
Mana 55%. Mana 75%. Mana 95%. Hellspawn. Mana 74%. Hellion. Mana 20%. Vienard. Hellspawn. Mana 42%. Hellspawn. Mana 21%. Life 85%. Life 70%. Hellspawn. Hellspawn. Life 97%. Mana 41%. Mana 62%. Mana 83%. Hellspawn. Mana 62. Mana 39%. Hellion. Ruinok. Hellion. Life 87%. Mana 60%. Hellion. Mana 80. Mana 58%.
Please!
Mana, life 98%, the Ennard. Mana 100%. The Ennard. Hellspawn. Mana 78%. Hellspawn, Hellion. Mana 57, Hellion. Life 80%. The Ennard. Reward unlocked. Challenge. Reward, Faithful, Exorcist, Player Titles. Ruin Moth. Mana 28%. Hellspawn. Life 80, Mana 22%. The Ennard. Hellspawn. Life 68%. Hellspawn. Mana 21%. Hellspawn. Mana 1%. Mana 22%. Hellspawn. Mana 42%. Life 81%. Hellspawn. Net, the Ennard. Life 94%. Mana 42%. Mana 21%. Mana 42%. The Ennard. Mana 21%. Hellspawn. Mana 42. Life 79%. Mana 14%. Mana 34%. Mana 55%. Mana 77%. Mana 9. Life 100%. Speak with Nirel. And Quat, I and Apo.
You were protecting me. I don't want to hate you.
Blythe and Apo, quest complete. The cost of wayward. New. The cost of knowledge. 4/4. Left shoulder button. Right shoulder button. Undiscovered. Fracture. Windfall Hollow. The Darkened Way. Campaign quest. Fractured Peaks. Dungeon. Directional pad. Waypoint. Teleport. The Black Lake. Bottom action button. Left shoulder button. Campaign quest. Blythe and Apos, S guidance. Vashalko. Remill. Bottom action button. Interact. Call of the Black Chair. Bottom action button. Sit down. Call of the Blessed People of Kyovat. Warning. Your return town portal will be closed once you leave town. Blythe and Apos, S guidance. Travel to the Cathedral of Light. Blythe and Apos, S guidance. Travel to the Cathedral of Light. Search for Reverend Mother Prava.
You've returned.
Iosif, and Quat, I need a holy blessing to continue.
The Reverend Mother will want to hear of this, but she's away at Corvalar. Seek your blessing there.
Iosif, quest complete. Blythe and Apos, S guidance, left shoulder button. Right shoulder button. Campaign quest. Campaign, bottom action button, waypoint. Teleport. Upon reaching level 5 as a barbarian, you will gain expertise with Cathedral of Light. Bottom action button. Interact. Warning. Your return. Buy the berry. Bottom action button. Interact. You have reached your destination. Giant bat. Mana 76%. Mistral Woods. Giant bat. Giant bat. Storm. Giant bat. Prowler. Giant bat. Mana 97%. Storm War. Mana 77%. Giant bat. Giant bat. Containers. Mana 99%. Giant bat. Giant bat. Mana 78%. Zeleny Lowland. Protection Shrine. Bottom action button. Interact. Mana 99%. Mistral Woods. Zeleny Lowlands. Mistral Woods. Containers. Prowler. Prowler. Storm Ward. Mana 70. Storm Ward. Mana 52%. Prowler. Mana 30%. Giant Bat. Mana 5. Slain Militia. Bottom action button. Interact. All Podlack. Mana 74%. Storm Ward. Mana 51%. Shroud of the Horadrim. Mana 92%. Life 100%. Containers. Wood Wraith. Mana 72%. Wood Wraith. Mana 93%. Wood Wraith. Mana 72%. Wood Wraith. Mana 94%. Wood Wraith. Wood Wraith. Mana 72%. Wood Wraith. Armor Rack. Mana 93%. Character. Spell form. Rare. Wise. Masked Triumph. Beast. Magist. Demolition Apothecary and Spirit Ground Pounders. Mother and Apos. S-Knife. Rare. Knowledge Orders. Vigorous Gauntlets of Keenness. Magic Glove. Life 100%. Containers. Wrathful Phantom. Wrathful Phantom. Wrathful Phantom. Wrathful Phantom. Mana 6%. Wrathful Phantom. Mana 20. Mana 4%. Mana 24%. Mana 45%. Mana 65%. Containers. Mana 85%. Left shoulder. Containers. Containers. Search for Nirel.
Created by the Horadrim.
Fiery Portal. Bottom action button. Interact.
Trap.
Fiery Portal. Bottom action button. Interact.
Relax. No harm will come to you here.
Bloodied Wolf. Bottom action and Quad. Who are you?
An admirer of sorts. Their path always ends in fire and death.
Living Gate. Bottom action button. Interact. Continue with the Bloodied Wolf. Bloodied Wolf and Quad.
To warn you.
Speak with the Bloodied Wolf. Fiery Portal. Bottom action button. Bloodied. What is this place? Fiery Portal. Bottom action button.
Back in the Haradrim's illusion.
Containers. Containers. Containers.
There you are.
Nirel. Bottom action button. Interact. Shadowed Glade. Enter the Shadowed Glade. Wrathful Phantom. Mana 62%. Wraith. Wrathful Phantom. Mana 41. Wrathful Phantom. Mana 12. Wrathful Phantom. Wrathful Phantom. Mana 12%. Mana 34%. Mana 54. Thundering Wrathful Phantom. Mana 10%. Wrathful Phantom. Mana 30%. Life 79. Life 92%. Mana 30%. Mana 7%. Mana 28%. Mana 3%. Thundering Wrathful Phantom. Mana 24%. Mana 45%. Mana 65%. Mana 44%. Mana 65%. Mana 42%. Mana 20%. Examine the three-faced statue. Mana 61%. Mana 82%. Three-faced statue. Bottom action. Three-faced stat. Quest complete. Shroud of the Horadrim. 2/3. Storm Warg. Storm Warg. Storm Warg. Mana 61%. Giant Bat. Mana 34. Storm Warg. Mana 9%. Storm Warg. Storm Warg. Mana 30%. Mana 9%. Mana 30%. Mana 51%. Mana 72%. Mana 92%. You have Herodric Vault. Bottom action button. Interact.